Incredible Sea Survival Stories 1. The castaway Poon Lim's 133 Days Adrift. In 1942, Poon Limit, a Chinese sailor, found himself adrift in the South Atlantic after his ship was torpedoed during World War II. For an astonishing 133 days, he survived alone on a small raft, fighting off sharks and conserving his limited water supply by collecting rainwater. Limit fished for food and even crafted makeshift fishing gear from the raft's parts. When he was finally rescued by Brazilian fishermen, his tale of endurance became one of the longest survival records at sea. 2. The Miracle of the Andes, the Uruguayan rugby team. In 1972, a plane carrying a Uruguayan rugby team crashed in the Andes Mountains. Though not at sea, their story of survival parallels those of the ocean, as they were stranded in one of the most hostile environments on Earth. With no food, they made the harrowing decision to eat the bodies of their deceased companions. After 72 days in freezing conditions, the survivors hiked for 10 days to find help, leading to the rescue of the remaining passengers. Their story remains one of the most harrowing examples of human survival against the odds. 3. The Robertson family's ordeal. In 1971, the Robertson family set sail on a 43-foot schooner for a journey around the world. What began as an adventure soon turned into a nightmare when their boat was attacked and sunk by a pod of killer whales. Left with only a small inflatable life raft and a dinghy, the family of 6 survived for 38 days in the Pacific Ocean. They subsisted on rainwater, turtles, and fish, displaying incredible resourcefulness. Their ordeal finally ended when a Japanese fishing vessel spotted and rescued them. 4. The Essex, the real-life Moby Dick. The story of the whaling ship Essex inspired Herman Melville's classic novel Moby Dick. In 1820, the ship was struck and sunk by a massive sperm whale in the Pacific Ocean. The crew of 20 was left stranded on 3 small whale boats with limited supplies and no land in sight. Over the course of 3 months, they faced starvation, dehydration, and desperation, eventually resorting to cannibalism. Only 8 crew members survived, making it one of the most tragic and harrowing sea survival stories of the 19th century. 5. Stephen Callahan's solo survival. In 1981, Stephen Callahan was sailing solo across the Atlantic Ocean when his boat was hit by a mysterious object and began to sink. Callahan escaped in a life raft with minimal supplies. Over the next 76 days, he drifted across 1,800 miles of ocean. Callahan survived on rainwater, fish he caught with makeshift spears, and supplies salvaged from his wrecked boat. His incredible endurance and willpower kept him alive until he was eventually rescued by fishermen off the coast of the Caribbean.